All right. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Rouser World Caricature Live art stream where we practice how to do caricature, right? Okay, so we're not going to waste any time. We're going to jump right in, guys. If this is your first time here, I want to say welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. We've been doing this stream for a couple of years. You'll see we have a couple of dedicated soldiers that'll come in every week. My moderators and stuff, they'll be here shortly. I know everybody's at work right now. I know, and I've been, to be honest with you, searching for a better time to do my stream in the middle of the week. I'm just not sure what that time is yet. So I'm kind of going based off of what analytics is telling me from YouTube about doing this earlier in the morning, which I don't know. Like I said, if that doesn't work for you or whatever, if you got any questions or comments about that, hey, let me know. This way we can make a better time to suit everybody. You know what I mean? Other than that, guys, we're just going to be kind of going through some more of these ideas with the emojis, which you can kind of see I got pulled up here at the top of the screen. And we're going to be exploring this idea of building caricatures based off of these emojis. And then let me see here. Other than that, I think that's all the announcements. If you wish to tip while we are going through the program and you decide, hey, man, you know what, I really gained something today from this program. I learned how to, my drawing has improved a little bit. Or whatever, or a lot, depending on what you saw, and you'd like to tip. Thank you so much, guys. We really would appreciate it, as this is our my family's full. This is my full time employment, so I really appreciate it. Thank you. Other than that, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so what I generally use when I'm drawing, I'll use a pencil, and then I'll also have my markers here. I got some knockoff brush tip markers I found at actually at a Family Dollar. So these actually work pretty darn good here. Got different colors and assortments in there. All right, and we're gonna go ahead today. I don't know who we. I guess we could start with this guy here. Somebody's been asking me to draw his picture. I don't know how. This is my first drawing of the day, so I don't know how well that's gonna come out. But we're going to definitely try it. Let me just make sure here that my lines are going to come out the way I want. It seems like it's very bright on the screen right now. Maybe I should turn down the brightness a little bit. Let's see. Let's turn down the brightness just a bit. We got a lot of lights in the studio, so I don't want it to be too bright. I think that looks good right there. Okay, I think that'll work. Okay, and close. All right. So let's go to live chat, and let me see here. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and take off, guys. We're going to be starting with this gentleman here. So over here, you'll see that I have a bunch of different little emoji faces, right? And kind of, and we're going to show you pretty much today how to overcome that thing where your portraits look like, your caricatures look like portraits instead of caricatures. So that's really where we're going to be headed as far as that's concerned. So let me see here. I'm going to actually save this image here. Oh, wait. Oh, let me see. I think I already saved this one. I think it has some more that I had saw. This one, facial expressions. All right. These are cool too. All right, so let's save that one as well. All right, so this is the first one that we pulled up. So it's gonna be. I'm gonna put that one. We're gonna do a side by side. And then we'll go back over here. Oh, no, I don't need you over here. I need this over here. All right, and then I got another one here that I did. This was the second one here, so. Okay. Okay, cool. So we got a bunch of different faces right here that we're going to be able to use, and we're going to take them and we're going to use them in conjunction with our picture. So let's see. First thing we'll do is we'll draw it kind of like regular, like what he looks like right now. Let me see. What kind of look can I? He looks kind of happy. I guess we can go with a happy, kind of happy, mischievous look, kind of like thing. Let me see. Let's be silly first thing in the morning, right? All right, hold up. So we're gonna look at his expression. So I'm just going to see if I can draw it real simple first. Okay, so this is pretty much the expression that I see. So once I have the expression, then I'll go ahead and I'll start building on top of my expression. Okay. All right. So let me see. He has a pretty nothing really animated here. Let's go with it. Y'all give me a moment here. I'm just trying to warm up a little bit. I hadn't done any drawings yet, so this one may or may not come out like I want. You know what I mean? But I'm just gonna go ahead and try it anyway. Mm-hmm. I think it came out okay, except I feel like I used I should have used a different angle of the mouth, more of a straight across, and then a straight down. You know what I mean? But other than that, I feel like it's not a bad drawing. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Do 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 do. Okay. Hold on. Let me see. Uh. Hold on. Hold on one sec, guys. Close. Let me close this and open it up again. Okay. All right. So after that, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a little shadow work on it. What is this? A gray? Is this gray? I don't know. Let me see. This is a gray. How about that? Hmm. All right. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try to incorporate some other themes into his face, right? So just for warm up, we're gonna give him some different expressions, okay? All right. So again, not too bad. First drawing, right? Okay. All right. Let's see what else we could do with that. Let's look at what if we wanted an expression kind of like let me see. Let's see if we can make it look like him still. What about I wonder, let me see. I'm just gonna take some of the stuff from his. I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna make him go the other way. Oh, I guess it would be the opposite way from the far side of his face. So I need to go the other way. Let me see. I don't know if that'll work. Can I put those there? Let's see. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. Kind of in a weird way, looks like him, right? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But either way, I'm just trying to see how these emojis things can work with his this particular face. I think it still worked out pretty good. I think it's still funny. It's just a different style of him, but I think that it could be, it definitely could be a cartoon of it. Hey guys, give me just a moment. I'll be right back. Give me a sec. All right, guys. Sorry about that. My bad. All right. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I see my messages are not coming out here. I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't see your comments. I'm gonna have to use the comments from here. Put these here. Oop. Okay. Just where I can see what everybody's saying here. I couldn't even see. Hey, how you doing today? Gaming with Jay and Corey. How are you? I think I actually like that one. I like that one. I feel like this one. Let me see. You know what? I wonder. That's pretty cool right there. Let me look at something real quick. Just let me. I'm just looking at those eyes the way I did those, right? So maybe that's like a new way of doing it. Maybe if I do like this. Wait, let me see. And then like this, and then there's this piece underneath like they did in that eye. Kind of like a. But that makes you look old when you do that. You know what I mean? You see how those eyes look old when you do it, but this way, if you don't do them so whimsically, I guess they don't look as old. Let me see. Could I have done them with these eyes here? Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so that's a different emotion right there. And then maybe we can check out some of these eyes. Let's see which ones over here would work really good. Um, just seeing what I could get away with. This one, right? This one, the one that I drew, I think that this should have been more of the expression here. One, two, and then maybe do the eyes like maybe it should have been more like this and like that. I don't know. Let me see. Or should it have been like this and this? Let me see. Okay, yeah. I think I squeezed them a little bit too much. So that should have been more the example here. Yeah, that's it right there. I could see it now. And like this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So I don't have to. I don't have to do it. So I like that right there. Yeah, that one. That one is I think the closest one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely this one. So I should have did the eyes like this the first time. You see over here, I kind of squeezed them a bit too much, trying to look too much for the emotion here that wasn't really there. So I learned here that I could still just keep it simple and yeah, and then that'll work. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that looks like him too. Okay. So learn something new today. All right, so let's go to our next face. Just kind of messing around. Okay, we'll go with maybe we can try this face right here. I don't even know who Matilda. Who is Matilda? Okay. So this one, this is her expression here. So again, we want to go into the picture. We want to build, practicing today, just building my expression based off of what I'm observing about the picture. So here, something very similar to what I would do, like this here, maybe this, and then you know what? I would just use these shapes here. Okay, and then we have her expression here with kind of like a flat lip shape here. Mm-hmm. 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 And pretty square jawline here. Nose is kind of square. Very round forehead shape. Little eyelashes here. And I guess very kind of like this shape here. And then it just kind of comes down. And all of the pattern on this hair could be just straight to the inside. Okay. Okay. So we definitely getting warmed up here. Okay. And again, I learned from that last picture, I don't have to do too much as far as the expression of the eye, because sometimes you can get lost in that. And I guess if it's a really hard smile, maybe I can do it that way, but I don't really need to do that. All right. Keep everything nice and general. And it's a quick suggestion of the hair. Okay. And I like the way that one came out. That one came out really cool. All right. So let me see here. Let me see. Let me see. I don't even know who that is. Oh, Matilda, this girl here. I guess this is her face right here. Matilda. So she has a very relaxed face, or very relaxed facial expression. So let me, how would I approach that one? Okay. All right, hold on. All right, here we go. So let's go live over here. I hadn't gone live yet. All right, so I'm gonna do this one right here, Matilda. So let's see. She has a pretty relaxed expression, so I want to get that expression down here. Maybe I might go a little bit bigger on the eyes, right, and have her kind of looking over here. And then I want my nose shape to be kind of like this, just very round, and she has a little smile with a lot of room in between the lip and the top lip. So do like this and like that. All right, so this is pretty much the expression that I want for her. So now all I have to do is make sure that I keep my face pretty round in this one, right? So I want something that's gonna be round. So I'm not gonna break my line down here. Because when you put line breaks, sometimes it really does a number on your picture. So I try to avoid the line breaks. When I want to keep youth in the picture, I try to go with one continuous shape. All right, now that there, and this here. All right, and maybe we can. She has a little bit of space between here and there. And then we got like I guess we're just gonna go with this shape here, boo, and then we'll go with this shape here, boo. All right. Okay. Okay. And then we'll go with the back part of the hair, which is kind of like a little curve like this. So we're just gonna kind of come around, curve in and curve back out. And then the same thing here. She got like a little straight drop here. Okay. And then we got her little lapels on the jacket. And this one's going to be short in regards to this one being longer. Okay, then she has some little, she got some little dimples right here that even kind of go with her mouth a little bit, like right here. She got some little eyelashes. All right. I moved the eyebrows up a little bit more. But you can do stuff like that in caricature, right? And we just put some little eyelashes here. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, and then we can just do some shadows real quick. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, really? That's funny. Okay. This here. I don't think she has no freckles or anything like that. As far as for the hair on this one, I think I'll just use. I'm always taking all my crayons out of here. I still have one in here. That may serve the purpose. I'll tell you what, I'll just use yeah, I'll just use this. No big deal. I'll just do something real quick. Okay. So that's my quick little version of Matilda for you. mm, yeah, guess we can use this. All right, and I think that I am done. All right. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and go to our next drawing. I did that for you there, Jamie, Corey. Awesome. All right. So let's go to our next face that we're going to be experimenting with. Okay. I want to look for something that I can add some different expressions to. Let's see here. I guess we can try that. I think that's Reese Witherspoon, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. She has big eyes to me. Very strong cheekbones and jawline. Let me see what I would do with this. I don't know. It's funny. Hey, what's going on? I see old Daryl is on there right now. I didn't know Daryl was on there. What's going on, Daryl? I'm sorry, I couldn't see my uh I couldn't see my other phone because I'm filming in two different directions. So I got my phone way up here, so I couldn't see your comment. But awesome, man! I didn't believe. I was just thinking about you the other day, actually. So, man, what a pleasant surprise, huh? Yeah. All right, let me see here. Okay, I think that one looks pretty good. Not too bad for an old man, huh? Hey, what's going on, Gordon? How are you today? What's going on? Okay. So I got my comical version of Reese Witherspoon. I think that looks like her. I just left out. I didn't put all those wrinkles around. It was. It's not. I wouldn't even say they were wrinkles. I would just say, like, right around here. You know how she has these like strong. So I wouldn't put them all the way here because it makes it look old. But I could do them like here and just kind of shade them in. But I wouldn't want to do them too strong. You know what I mean? That looks like that though. That's funny. All right. So let's see here what else we got here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead over to Earth's World real quick, guys, because they always have the real good pictures there that we can kind of cut loose with. All right, so let's go to Earth's World here. EAR Earth EART. Uh, what is this here? Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, let me see. EARTH Earth's World Photos. All right, here we go. We got plenty of good pictures right here. All right, and let's go to, I guess, images. And then we'll figure out one that we haven't done. Let's see here. Somebody with some good features we could really make fun of, right? All right, let's see. I like this picture right here. 4 days ago. All right, we're gonna try to draw this picture right here. Okay. Good. All right, so we got Reese Witherspoon. That's probably one of the best ones I've done of her. All right, now let's see here what we gonna do. Let's try her. Let's just look at this picture and say we want to do something kind of funny. with her face, right? Let's say we're gonna go over here and make her look. We don't want her to be angry. Something funny, like I wonder if we could get away with doing that. What if we just did like something like this and we just used a head shape? So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna do like this, right? Hold on. Okay. And then I'm gonna do like this. I'm gonna put the nose shape. And then I'm gonna do the mouth like this. Like they got in the picture right over here. See, I'm using this one right up top here. This happy face right here. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put some lips on the happiness. It looks like she got like a little earring in there. And then we'll go ahead and put the glasses in there. Because we're gonna start using, when you do it this way, you gotta use secondary things to help you to cue them on who you're drawing. Right? So let's say we did like this here. Okay, and she got some. I guess she got some eyelashes in there. We put some eyelashes. Again, I don't know how well this is going to work out. We're just going to try it. Okay, she has a relatively not round face, but it's really everything's really soft. So I'm gonna go like this, and then I'll just put some. Right. And then we'll put our little earrings here. The trick is can you take a regular emoji and make them look like them just by using the emoji shape? That's the trick. You see, like that. And then we just do her hair. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, I like to check that out. Okay, so you see what we did here? We took this random emotion here, and then we made it into this. So when you use this particular technique, I think that the thing is using the secondary features to really make your picture. So for instance, your secondary features might be hair, what they're wearing, that kind of stuff. The nose shape is extremely important here. As you can see here, it really kind of points out to us who we're drawing. You know what I mean? When we look at that, you know what I'm saying? It looks like her, but just in a different like zone. You know what I mean? Okay. All right, let me see here. So this one came out great. Let's go ahead and continue our practice. Okay. Okay. All right. So she's all happy. All right. So let's see here. Let's go to our next one. See what we can do. What other kind of person could we use here? Let's use look at this guy. He looks like the guy from almost from Wolverine, the bad Wolverine. You know what I'm talking about? That's what he kind of looks like right there. All right. Let me see here. So what's his kind of expression does he have? He has kind of a very nonchalant expression. I could do something like this. All right, look, we could do something like what if we did this? Let's see. Something like I want him to be kind of mean like that. So I would get his eyebrows, but I'll make him. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna make him real bushy and real mean, like at the same angle as these eyebrows in this expression. You see what I'm saying? Then I come over here, watch, and I'll put my nose shape like, you know what I mean. Let me see. Something like that, and then I'll come with the eyes like this. And then I'll put his glasses like he got in the picture. Because I'm going to go to the secondary elements to make him look like him. Okay? My secondary features. And then I could do whatever I want. He got a long drop right here. So if I do that in this picture, and then I come here with this shape here, he has a small mouth. So I'm gonna do something like this here. Okay. And then I just use the same exact teeth or whatever in the picture, right? And then now all I got to do is just come back and fill in the features around the mouth right here, right? Okay. Something like that. Right? And then I can come up here and do this right here. He got it's pretty round, so all I gotta do is make sure it's round. Have a little piece coming off of here. Okay. So you see how we were able to make a whole, we was able to use this same exact expression, right, to get our guy in there. So that one was worked out pretty well. Okay. Let me see here. Actually, let me downsize this just a bit because it's all the way in my screen and I can't see my thing. And yeah. All right, so y'all can be able to see the face a little bit more, okay? So again, I took this face above and then I incorporated it in. So I wanted it to be what my person felt like. And then I go for the secondary features. My secondary features are going to be things like eyebrows, nose shapes, right? I'm depending on other things because this is not drawn exactly like the picture. I'm gonna put everything around it to clue you in on who I'm actually drawing. You get what I mean? So that's kind of how you approach this and this is how a good caricaturist will approach their drawings. And it took me a while to learn that because sometimes when I first started, my drawings seemed to be a little bit portraity. You know what I mean? So now when I understand how to do this, I don't have to, I know I'm not confined to just making it look exactly like the person in the picture. You know what I mean? I can do whatever I want. If I want to take this guy right here, and let's just put this one away, and we're going to just build our emotion first, okay? So I can do anything I want. Let's go here, and let's find, let's do, let me see. We can find either one. Let's say we want to do this one. Okay, this guy, this big, this is a maze look right here. Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm saying, okay, well, when you're in maze, your eyebrows kind of go up. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna make my eyebrows go up, right? And then I'm gonna have my eyes here doing this number here, just like normal. Okay, and then I just do something like that, right? So these are what I'm saying on his eyes. Now I want to get that nose shape in there, so I really want to get my details kind of right on that, the roundness, right? And then you'll see here this part coming down. So once I get there, okay, then I'll do. He has a small smile, right? Or God, dog, I meant to do the mouth as it was inside of the picture, but and I might still be able to get away with it. Let me see. Let's just do it like this. Okay? Like that. Okay? No big deal. Okay? So now what I want to do is I want to come over here and add the secondary features in. Okay? That's going to clue you in on what it is I'm trying to do. I'm going to thicken the eyebrows up, right? Okay? I'm going to come over here and I'm going to give him that deep brow arch, and then I'm going to come over here, keep everything kind of round. You see? Okay, and you can see all this right here is going to be kind of colored in, right? Then you got your ear shape. Okay, and then you got this, and it kind of comes around, right? All right. Okay. Okay. So, oh, is it circus music? No, not quite. Okay. So you see how we took this expression, right? Amazed, and then we put it in here. I could have really went with more of an O shape, but you know what I mean? I was just trying to get away. I didn't think about it until I was already halfway done with the picture. But anyway, you can see how I took the basic head shape, right? So we're looking at, for these, when you use these, you want to make sure your head shape is on point. Anytime you changing the way the eyes look in real life and you go into a more cartoon thing, so you'll go with the cartoon kind of eye, which is a generalized expression of the eye when it's doing something. And then you want to try to make things fit around it. So you can see I got a good head shape here. I got the light colored eyes. So you see how I concentrated on how his eyes are very light colored. I also went with brows here, so I made sure that the brows is on point. Okay, and then obviously our beard shape, right? Okay, and then you got the earrings in the ears. So all these things are just like secondary features that I'm using to help me to build my cartoon, so that I don't have to draw this guy just as he is in this posing stance. You know what I mean? Because those are very hard targets to hit. You know, when you can't, when it's kind of like somebody forcing you to say something about somebody you don't really want to say. So that's the thing with having the emotion. You get to put whatever emotion your character is feeling. You get to put that in your actual drawing. Okay. So we had some pretty good darn drawings today, and you know what? I really am enjoying this particular segment. I'm learning so much here. All right, let's go with mm, who else can we use here? Okay, we got old school. He's at the park right now today. We're gonna draw a picture of him, right? All right. So, what can old school be doing? I don't know. Old school is chilling. You know what I mean? So we don't want him to be. All right. You know, to be honest with you, his face looks kind of like this to me already. He has this kind of expression to me, right? So watch how I build his face off of that. I use the eyebrow, the same eyebrows, but I just lighten them up because they're specific to his picture. Okay, now watch the eyes. I'm gonna do the same exact little eyes like this. Okay, I'm gonna make them kind of close and do like this. Okay, now watch. Then I'm gonna put the nose shape. Make sure I got my nose on point. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the mouth. Watch. I'm gonna drop down, and then I'm gonna put my mouth just like it is in the picture. See that? Now watch. All I gotta do is build my face around that. Right? He kind of looks like he kind of looks like President Biden, doesn't he? A little bit. President Biden, what you doing at the? Okay. And then we go here, and then we come on down. Watch. Boom. And like that, right? And then we come over here. Whoop. Put that a little. Right? Right? Okay. And then we come up here to the top of the head. And we just. And light colored hair. You get it? So you can do, man, you can do all kinds of stuff, man. If you just, you loosen up a little bit. Okay? Because see, I went with what I feel about the picture. Mm-hmm. All right. So there you go, right? Quick little cartoon of him, right? Again, what did I focus on? Secondary features. Use the same expression that you see on the screen, but then again, I went with so the expression is kind of like this. I know you guys can't really see it on. Okay, so only thing I did was change this to customize it to his face. So I drew him at varying. I picked the actual how far away they were, close together, far apart thing, and then I was able to just loosen up and create the caricature from there. You know what I mean? But it's not when you start off drawing like this, and you're putting features right. Okay, it's harder when you don't have a framework for what you're trying to do. So if you don't start with something like, you know, what is it that you want your picture to be doing, it's going to be hard for you to get that likeness. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So that is picture. Let's go here to I drew him before. Hmm. Elon Musk. All right, let me see. What can I do with this face? Let's say I want to make him be a little bit happier. I can go with something happy. Let's see here. Right, let me see. Even though his face looks, it's going to be hard to pull it off, but I can do it. Let's do jealous, love struck, hysterical. I wonder what would hysterical look like. Let's see if we can make him look hysterical. Okay, hold up. Here we go. All right, so again, we're going to take our basic expression. Okay. We're gonna drop down the nose shape. See if we can get it to look just like him, but with we're gonna concentrate on our secondary features. Okay. Okay, we want the strong cheekbones in there. And the strong cheekbones over here. Okay, again, we're just using him as a template for our cartoon. We're being inspired by him, right? And this is what you should be doing as a caricaturist. You're being inspired by the person sitting in front of you so that you can do other stuff with the picture, okay? Other than just draw exactly what you see and try to make a portrait out of it, okay? And then we'll just put his actual hairline. So something like that. And like that. Okay. Now, only thing is, what I would have done had I could do this over again, what I did miss was this, and I'm going to show you what I missed. You see that space in between his lip and his mouth. So I still think it looks like a pretty decent cartoon of him, but if I had it all to do over again, let's just go back here. Let's see how that would have worked out. So if I'd have went here and here, hysterical, right? The eyes, the nose is, okay, let's drop it down some, like this. And then do like this. Let's see. And go with a smaller shape maybe. And then go with the chin shape. Let's kind of round it off right here. Yeah. And see, and then again, you can come back, put all your secondary features in, put everything around this to look like him, and the person that you're drawing will get the point. They'll be like, "Oh, that's funny, right? That's me." And this is if you want to do those, those crazy, wacky cartoons, people, right? Okay. Okay. All right. So you see how that would have worked out. This one right here versus this one versus the original picture. So we're trying again to make something that looks like him, but express him in the way we want to express him. Don't get so caught up on the Clint Eastwood look. Even though if you want to put the Clint Eastwood look, you still can do that. And then all you have to do is go with an emoji that looks like that, kind of like this one right here. So we were drawing him more toward what he might look like in the picture, right? Maybe we want to use these eyes right here, right? Okay. So again, let's look at that expression. Now watch. So I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna go here like it is in my emoji right here, and then I'm gonna go like this, right? And then like this, right? Okay, so you can see, right? And then you come here and you hit the, right? Then the drop down. And then if you want to do your mouth shaped like his, or you can do it exactly like his. You can something like that. Okay. And then you can come here and then you can start putting in your shapes like that. Okay. Now his also, he has kind of a downturn to the eye, so I could have went like this and also went like, like that. That's more like what's actually going on in the picture, right? All right, let me see here. Okay. All right. So, let's see who we got next. Hmm. What kind of expression would we want here? I don't know. We could just draw him with the one he has, right? So we would just think, okay, let's see if we can do it with this one. Let's see if we can use those eyes instead of the regular eyes. So let's just do like this. Mm. Okay, so that one didn't come out too bad at all either. Okay. All right. So again, what we're practicing today, guys, is how to take show you that it's not about like you drawing exact features. It's really about relationships and knowing what to do to get somebody to recognize the likeness of your person. So, excuse me, again, when I go with a different set, let's just say I go with some. I keep me an emoji board next to my drawing pad, and I want a particular emotion. Okay, when I use these shapes for the eyes and the mouth, I want to be sure really that my nose shape matches theirs. Like I'm gonna be more meticulous about my nose shape. I'm also going to look at how the eyebrows are. Are they thick, bushy eyebrows? Are they thin eyebrows? You know what I mean? I'm going to be looking at that. And then pretty much I'm going to make sure that my head shape is on point too. So if the head shape's off, it's going to really throw things off. But again, you can see here the emotion that's in the picture, right? and that it looks like it favors him, but without me having to draw these exact features. These are all, our cartoon features like you would see in these emojis. So we'll do, maybe, let me see, it's 11. I started at about 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. Okay, so we're not going to be much longer, guys. We have to do our word of the day and then go ahead and get you guys on your way here. All right, so let's go with let's look at any face. Let's just find a face. Okay. So we got a face here, right? All right. So what do we want our face to feel here? Okay. She has a smile, a happy face. So I want to look for some. I want to look for. Let's say I look at my emojis and I say I want something that looks happy, right? Something that looks very happy, or something that looks indifferent. Whatever I want, right? I can do this. This is really kind of what her face feels like to me. See that the static look right there, right? So what I want to do again is I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna look at her eyebrows and say they're not really that prominent. But I know when eyebrows are smiling or whatever, I know that I'm gonna be drawing shapes that go up, and then I want some eyes that are round like this, and right, and I want some little eyes inside of there like this, right? All right, and then I want her nose shape to be on point. Whichever way I turn it, I want it to be on point here, okay? And I want some roundness here, okay? All right, so we got that, right? Now we just go ahead and we'll do our mouth shape, okay? So hers is she has a deep drop right here, and then it looks like she has it's kind of like that, then like that, and like that. All right. Okay, so we can see how we. And her mouth is really small, so I really ain't gonna probably not be able to get away with this mouth right here. I don't think so. Let me see. What can I do? Because I made that so big. I'd have to just almost do like this and round it. Yeah, see, I'm not gonna be able to get away with that. This is too big. Hold on. All right, so let me see here. What if I start with? Let me see. What if I start with this first? Let's see if I go with her head shape first. Mm. Okay. All right. So I think that, guys, we're going to start getting ready to start closing out here. So we're going to do a little word of the day, a little devotional time. And then after that, we'll go ahead and get you guys out of here to enjoy the rest of your day. All right. Well, y'all got things to do. If you enjoyed the stream today, you learned a little something about how to form your caricature a little bit better, right? And then tips are awesome. Thank you. All right, again, little, I can do whatever I want. I could just okay, that's funny. Okay. All right. So, guys, give me just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and start getting my stuff out for the word of the day. I think we practiced enough with this. Again, I hope that I was able to show you something to help you with your caricatures a little bit more. More namely, that it's not really about you drawing perfect features, but it's rather about you figuring out what you want your person to feel, right? In your drawing, and then building everything around that. A great way to do that again is to study emoji faces, and no matter what you want your character to be doing, you'll start with that kind of as the basis of the drawing, right? Let's say this is this, right? And I say, I want to do. Let's say I want to do this, yeah, right? Right. So if you look at this, okay, I could put a little mustache here, right? I could do a little mustache here, right? Do this right here, right here, yeah. And I could do this, right? And then that could be like my drawing, right? I could be like this sinister The Sinister Harry cartoon, right? Right. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of up to you what you want to do, but you gotta let go, and you gotta let go, and then you gotta let it happen. You know what I mean? All right. Okay. All right. So give me just a minute, guys. I'll be right back with our word of the day. All right, guys. So we are back. We're gonna go ahead and get into our our word of the day, and then after that, we'll go ahead and get you guys out of here. Turn you over to the rest of your Tuesday morning. Thank you, you guys that were able to come out. and draw with me. Again, if you also feel like you benefited from the stream and you'd like to tip, thank you so much in advance, guys. This is what I do for a living. I do teach art online and stuff. So, tips do mean a lot to us. So if you guys feel like you benefited, tips are awesome. Other than that, don't forget to check out our Patreon page. If you're not a member of our Patreon, we do have specific videos that we put up in regards to caricature and drawing and stuff on there, just for those that want to support us with a monthly donation. I think the cheapest one is like $5 a month or whatever. And, I feel like that's a little bit based off of if you are learning and if you are being able to go out there and put these things in practice. So let's go ahead and get into our word of the day, which is going to kind of spawn off of what we were drawing. So we're going to, if you guys have your Bible handy, we're going to go to our Bibles real quick here. And I'm going to share my devotional time with you. And then if you wish to stick around for this part, you can. This is usually where everybody gets gone, but I'm still going to do it. So we're going to go to the book of John, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. And we're going to go to chapter 11. And we'll go to verse 40. And we're going to read that real quick here. All right. So I guess I can put these away. I don't really need these over here. Okay. All right. And it says, Jesus replied, the name of our devotional today is traveling. And it says, Jesus replied, didn't I tell you that if you had faith, you would see the glory of God? As I read that scripture, actually, or read through this earlier, what it made me think of is that you can't, when you live life, or when I started to live life with more of a grateful heart, like I didn't feel like I was entitled to anything, then and that I was brought here for a purpose, and that purpose is in God, and that I have to, I'm going to go through things in life or whatever, but I started looking at life a lot differently once I became attached with God. I started to see like small things that I never would have paid attention to before, and I believe them to be specifically for me. A lot of times we look for the biggest thing to be a miracle, but the small things are miracles too. I think about meeting my wife, where I met her, how I met her, the different people that I've met in my lifetime that I didn't expect to meet them. But now, we're friends or we hang out together all the time. Different things I've learned over the years. I remember starting out as an artist. I was probably about 5 years old when I picked up a pencil and started drawing just basically all the time. I became kind of obsessed with it. But then the things that I learned along the way, I had no idea to know like where those things are going to be coming from. You know what I'm saying? So it says here, I have a perfect plan for your life, but I don't show it to you all at once. It is like a road that you must travel one step at a time. So this is what I believe. I believe that God has a plan for my life, and that plan a lot of times doesn't necessarily line up with what I want to do. This kind of, I don't have any sense of I have control over anything anymore. I understand that every breath I take is because God said that breath was supposed to be taken by me. Every place, when I go places or people that I meet or come across, I always look for what am I supposed to be getting out of that situation. When the smallest thing, again, is done for me, whether it's somebody blessing me with 50 cents or whether somebody's giving me $50 or $500, they all are blessings to me. You know what I mean? I don't never get to a point where I feel like I deserve things. And again, I think that for me, I'm just going to say this for me, this is a huge part of what brought me out of depression because I used to be like a really depressed inside. I was smiling and stuff on the outside, but I was really depressed, inside. And it was because, at the end of the day, things just wasn't going my way in life. And, I felt like giving up and I felt like it was, I deserve this or I deserve that. And why is everybody else's life going like this and mine's is going like that? So I had all these type of questions and things. And then when I started, the first thing that God did for me when I said yes to God and said yes to Jesus and, you know, and yes to my purpose, it started like I stopped thinking that I deserved stuff. I started looking back and seeing the little things that had happened, and don't you remember this, and don't you remember that, and don't you remember this, and all these things and all these blessings and little blessings that led up to, even the fact that I'm really still alive today. I put myself in a lot of dangerous situations, as a young person. I really was never a street guy or anything like that. I never been to the hood or any of these things, you know what I mean? And I remember developing a drug habit when I was a kid or when I was a young adult. And I can remember not really having any street smarts whatsoever, but going around and hanging out in these neighborhoods and times that things happened. I don't know how I got out of that situation alive or whatever. One in particular, I can remember we were going to we were in Oklahoma, and I'll never forget this. It was a guy. We had been trying to get some drugs or whatever all night, and we just kept going, and we finally found this apartment complex that we thought we could go to. We went there, and when I went upstairs me and my friend went upstairs to the guy's apartment. We waiting inside, waiting for the other guy to come back or whatever. And so while we standing around, it was taking rather long. And then a guy walked in the house, and he said, "Man," he says, "Look," he says, "Excuse me, brother." I said, "What's going on?" He says, "Man, I want y'all to leave right now." I said, "Why? What happened?" He says, "I just want you to leave." He said, "Look," he says, my homeboys or whatever, they talking about robbing y'all and doing something to you, man. I don't want to see nothing happen to you, man. So you seem like an all right guy. Just go ahead and go, man. Don't even, it ain't worth it." And I've had situations like that happen, and I've actually had situations where, gunplay happened and people were shooting, and I was like, didn't know how to use a gun, and I was just in the middle of this shoot. So it was just all kinds of stuff, and I never stopped to sit and think, I could have been dead that day. I could be in a wheelchair. I could be in jail still. I could be a whole lot of places, but in the morning when I wake up, I can have a coffee. I can sit down with my son. I have my first son, my first son when I was 48 years old when I had my first son, and my second son I was 50. So I'm 51 now, and but I sit down with my sons, and I'm like, man, this is where I want to be. When in the morning when I wake up, I have a job where I kind of doing caricatures and stuff. I can work from home, or I work when people are off, so I do get to spend a great deal of time with them during the day and to help out my wife. But all these things are blessings to me, things that I couldn't have planned for. And I just learned, we got to take it one day at a time. You got to take it one day at a time, and don't be worried about tomorrow. Today is if I could give you any advice, I would say that. It says here, sometimes the road seems blocked in life, or it opens up so slowly that you feel frustrated. And that is true. I can relate to that. When we want things to happen, when we want them to happen, it seems like things are not going fast enough for us. And that talks, to me as well. I'm just human. So sometimes I'll be like, wow, like I want to get to this level on YouTube, or I want to get to this level on Instagram or whatever. I'm human just like you, we have those thoughts. And then a lot of the times I'll feel like, what am I not doing to get the viewers, or what am I, you know what I mean? All these questions come across your mind, you want it to happen faster than what it should, you know. And the other day, my wife was telling me, you know, I remember one of my very first YouTube videos, which now has over 8 million views. I don't know why it has eight. I don't know why I can't reproduce it. I looked at it, I studied it. I thought, what did I say? What did I do in this video for it to take off the way it did? And the thing is, now I understand that that's just the one that God wanted to touch. You know what I mean? Things happen in life by time and chance, and God is the time and God is chance. So He's the one that gets to make. Those are other words for saying that God gets to choose when things happen in our life. It says, "But when the time is right, the way before you suddenly appears." That's so true because I can remember when I was young, my mom would tell me stuff, right, and it didn't make no sense to me then. You know, I thought my mom was being unreasonable. You know, telling me to watch who I hang out with, or you know, keep my nose clean and don't hang around this and don't do these things and don't say these things and learn to be this way and learn, you know, and she was, you know, trying to teach me these things, but as a kid, my mind being all over the place, pulled all over because I wanted to be liked by my friends, um, and stuff of this nature. You know, I thought I was something that I wasn't, and I thought, man, you know, like I said, Mom, you don't know what you're talking about. And then, uh, you know, as an adult now, I see myself saying the things that she told me to my children, and I now understand which way I'm supposed to go and why I'm supposed to go that way. So, you know, a lot of the times with scripture, you're going to read things in there, and God's going to tell you to do something right. He's going to tell you what you shouldn't be doing, you know, what you should be doing. And then and it's just, we don't believe it until we in the middle of the situation where we look back and say, man, I should have listened when I had the chance, you know, because the Bible, you know, it says before destruction is always warning, you know, and they're warning throughout the Bible about, you know, all types of things, you know, who we should associate with. You know, it's warnings about being angry. It's warnings about being jealous or antisocial and or you know hurting people, lying on people. There are warnings all throughout the Bible about these things, and that the consequences that will be suffered as a result of them. So I've learned to heed those things. Uh, all that you have longed for, it says, and worked for, is given to you freely as a gift. Okay. Let me go back and say this: that everything that I wanted in my life, I didn't have the power to go get. It was gifted to me. It was you might not believe that, but again, if you're walking with by sight and not by faith, you may not understand this. But I'll put it like this: the things that mean the most to me in life right now, I didn't take off on the path to achieve them. They were things that happened as a result of my obedience to God. It wasn't um, I couldn't have wrote the script. You know what I mean? Like you didn't. In other words, like today, some of you didn't plan to watch this stream. Some of you are here, and you just saw live on YouTube or something, and you're like, "Huh, what's that?" And you didn't know you were going to be there, but then you didn't know that you were going to hear the word, or you didn't know that you were going to learn something about drawing. You didn't know what you were going to learn. That's why it says again here about taking the road uh, or traveling the road or traveling this road of life one day at a time, because you don't never know what that day is going to hold. So it's a lot less stressful when you think in terms of today and doing what you got to do today, and then tomorrow, when and if you are still here, then you worry about tomorrow. But don't allow tomorrow to dictate to you how you want to act today, because tomorrow, a lot of times I get like as a father and being a provider, you know, sometimes it's not good on the caricatures, and sometimes I'm not making the money, you know, and then or I'll see the money's getting kind of low, and I'm like, oh man, and I go in there and tell my wife, and I get in a bad mood about this and that, and I start watching every cent and every dollar, and I go into these modes and stuff, and then all of a sudden something happens. God just has somebody call me and say, hey, I got an event and I need you for 3 hours, or I got a picture I want you to draw, or I'll meet somebody, I can't explain how I met them. Um, uh, I don't know if you guys know my moderator. Her name's Cherish, but anyway, she's real cool. And I didn't, we have a class. She's been taking classes with me for years now, right? I couldn't have planned that. I had no idea that I was going to meet, Cherish, or I was going to meet Tammy, or some of Miss Ebony, some of the people that I've met uh, while I've been doing this online. So again, all that you have longed for and worked for is going to be given to you freely. So the things that you worried about, God already got a plan to work that thing out for you, but you just have to proceed in faith and stay with what you're supposed to be doing for that day. God already knows what you need. And then it says, and that is when you catch a glimpse of my power and glory. So when you get something given to you that you didn't deserve, you didn't work for, you didn't, which is happening to you every day, that's when you see the power and glory of God. But again, you can't experience this without having the faith part of it to understand who's behind. If you think that, like it says about rich people inheriting the kingdom of God, right? And it said, because what happens when you get rich is you have a tendency to you get the God syndrome. You start thinking that I don't need no God because I could just buy whatever I want, you know. And so you live a life that's really kind of faithless. And I'm not saying that every person that has money lives a faithless life. I'm saying that the probabilities go up very high once you do have, an absorbent amount of resources that you couldn't spend in 10 lifetimes. You'll start believing that you're God, and that's all to it. And he even has a way of dealing with those types of situations as well. But we're not going to get into that. We're going to keep on the course. And in the end here, the last paragraph says, don't be afraid of your weaknesses. So if it's something that I can't figure out, I don't know how to do, this is beyond my limitation. All right, God, I got to this point, but now I don't know which way to turn. That's a weakness. It says, it's like a stage where my power and glory are the actors putting on amazing shows. So when God shows up in my situation, but I know that I didn't have anything to do with this. I couldn't make the call. I don't know how I ran into this person. I don't know how I ran into this opportunity. It was not my doing. I was just being nice to somebody, like the Bible said. I didn't want nothing from them. I was just talking to this person in line, and I found out that this person carried with them the very thing that I needed, and they offered it to me. And I was out here looking and going all over the world trying to find this person, and this person just happened to be standing in front of me. You know, when you say the word just happened, that means you think you lucky and all this kind of stuff. But with me, I don't feel like there's luck because, again, my walk with God is strong, and I've seen him do things for me faithfully over the last years. Just keep walking along the path I have prepared for you, depending on my strength to keep you going. Expect to see some miracles, and you will. So when you expect to see miracles in your life, you will see them. When you do have a life of faith, you will see the miracles of God in your life. If you don't have a life of faith, then you just believe everything is lucky and that you just was lucky. But at the end of the day, I feel like, again, that's I'd rather live believing that someone intentionally helped me, and that gives me the strength and the confidence to go on and wake up the next day. When I'm going through a problem, I don't lose it because I know that I serve a God that's going to come through right when I need for him to come through for me. Not just anyone can see miracles, but those who live by faith can see them clearly. When you walk by faith, going step by step with me, you are able to see my glory. So as long as I believe, then I will see, and then I will reap the benefits of my faith. So, guys, that is the word of the day, traveling. Okay. Didn't I tell you that if you had faith, you would see the glory of God? Some of us will never know God because we're looking for science to explain everything to us. Today I showed you a particular technique that I developed over I'd say last year. And it's where I use the emojis to build faces with. And what I discovered as I was doing this particular thing, was that what we look like is, how can I put it? We all have the same amount of features in our face. And all of our features do the same thing when we're in a certain situation. For instance, if we're startled, our eyes do like this. If we're laughing, our eyes do like this, right? If we're angry, our eyes do like this, right? If we're sad, our mouth goes like this. If we're happy, our mouth goes like this. If we're indifferent, our mouth goes like that. Okay? So when I began to understand this, okay, then it showed me, man, I don't have to guess at what I'm supposed to be drawing when I'm drawing it. I simply need to begin from here. Place these same 5 shapes in relationship correctly to one another, and I can make different people. This is how you avoid drawing this is how you draw cartoons versus real life. Cartoons are generalizations of a person's face. So you generalize the emotion, and then once you generalize the emotion, you can use some specific things that surround the emotion to allow you to be able to identify them, whether that be a large nose, or maybe a curly beard, or maybe some pointy ears, right? Or maybe some bags under the eyes, or maybe a particular hairdo or a particular hat. You put those things around the emotion, and then you begin to see a likeness, but in a cartoon way versus seeing it as you would in a real life. So now, how did I learn this? It was just, again, it was God allowing me to see something, because I didn't know this. I kept my pictures actually look like portraits too to me, and I was trying to get past that. And so at a time that I didn't expect it, God came through and made this revelation to me that this is how he makes us look different. He uses the same thing over and over again, but just applies it in different circumstances. So in other words, how you say the rules don't the how you say the rule. Let me see. It says, rules change or situations change, principles remain the same. Okay, so it's the same thing. Faces change, the shapes of the faces do not change. The same principle applies. When I'm drawing somebody that's smiling, it doesn't matter if this person is tall, this person is short. If this person's light, this person's dark. If this person's fat, if this person's skinny, it doesn't matter. That this is the shape that their eyes are going to make, no matter what. Now, their relationships to each other may be different. They might be further apart. They might be closer together. They might be bigger or smaller, but they all make this shape right here. You get what I mean? And so all you have to do is figure out that. So this is kind of why I showed you this today, because I want you to know that, hey, you're going to run into things in this life, or God's going to bless you with things when you least expect it to. So I know you've been praying for something, or wanting something, or needing something, and you think God's not listening to you. But I'm telling you, or here to encourage you to just continue to walk in faith, and that He will show up when you least expect it. But He will. Okay? So, guys, I want to thank you for coming out today. You've been awesome. If you did tip today, I really appreciate it. If you did not, hey, look, I still appreciate you as well. Okay? You guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time.